In this series, I'm going to surprise you. I'm going to strip away all the complexity and hard graft and teach you how to cook amazing food standing on your head. That is amazing. Incredibly tender. From the kitchen novice to the budding chef, I'm going to give you the confidence, the recipes and the insider knowledge to make you a much better cook. Over. There.
I've been cooking in professional kitchens for over 25 years.
What's the request for the burgers? Mid-rare, medium?
I've been taught by some of the best chefs in the world, and in turn, I've taught some of the best.
That's nice. You make it a bit more difficult service.
Now, I'm going to show you some simple and accessible recipes for fantastic food that you can easily cook at home.
Incredible.
I'll be holding you by the hand,
Just getting better and better and better.
teaching you everything from how to cook one-pot wonders to baking, brunches, and my ultimate feast recipes.
This is the only cookery course you'll ever need.
Welcome to my ultimate cookery course.
Packed with quick cooking tips, know-how, and 100 recipes to take your life on.
OK, this time I'm going to help you achieve better baking. The great thing about pastry is, if you follow the basic rules, the possibilities are endless. Whether it's simple short crust or flaky phyllo, you just need a bit of practice to get it right. My first recipe uses lovely buttery short crust pastry to make a dish that's as delicious as it is simple. Leek and pancetta quiche.
Short crust pastry is one of the staples of the kitchen. It is so versatile, but the good news is it's one of the easiest pastries to make. Trust me, when you crack it, it can make a real difference to your cooking. Take a sieve. When you think of short crust pastry, it's sort of semi-flaky, but it's rich, buttery.
Start by sifting 200 grams of plain flour into a mixing bowl.
Large pinch of salt. 200 grams of unsalted butter. Bring the butter up to room temperature. If you let the butter become too soft, then the flour sort of doesn't absorb it. In with your fingers, rub together first. Now, the secret is, grab big handfuls and squeeze the butter into the flour. So look what's happened. Literally in 30 seconds, I've got that nice crumbly texture. Now, a couple of tablespoons of water. Nothing worse when the pastry's so wet, you can't bring it together. It needs to shape like a nice, rich cookie dough. It's just a touch too dry. So, one more tablespoon of water. And there you go, it's coming nicely. Now, that's what I want. A nice sort of firm ball of pastry. Onto the board, we're going to use these, one of the strongest parts of the body. Pull towards you and push back down. Use those wrists to really knead it together. So just that nice sort of smooth texture. Now, wrap it in cling film. Set that in the fridge for 20 minutes. Really important that you let the short crust pastry relax.
Now to make the quiche. You can use just an ordinary flan dish, but I love making them in mini frying pans, which gives them an extra rustic charm. Brush with oil to stop the pastry from sticking. Once the pastry is at room temperature, roll it out to a nice even thickness.
Place it in the centre of your little pan. Turn it in. Don't use your fingers, because what we don't want is any holes in this. Just get a little bit of dough, because that sort of acts like a little sort of mallet. Flattens it out nicely. I'm building a sort of extra lip, because that way I can get the filling at its absolute maximum levels. We're going to cook them blind first.
To blind bake simply means to pre-cook your pastry before adding the filling. This ensures you'll have a fantastic crisp pastry. Add a sheet of foil or baking paper and weigh it down. You can use rice, pulses, or ceramic baking stones. Just make sure you keep them for the next time.
Into the oven, 200 degrees for 10 minutes.
Now for the filling.
I'm going to do a classic quiche, bacon and leeks. This is an amazing cured pancetta.
Pancetta is an Italian cured meat, made from belly pork seasoned with things like juniper, nutmeg, fennel. A great substitute is unsmoked bacon. As the pancetta gets lovely and crispy, finely sliced leeks and add.
Whoa, leeks and bacon, nice. Really important to cook those leeks down. That's exactly what I want. Those leeks are almost sort of caramelised, slightly crispy, but the flavour's amazing. I just drain them off, so any excess fat gets drained. A couple of tablespoons of cream. It gives it this really nice richness. I want 2/3 garnish, i.e. bacon and leeks in my quiche, and 1/3 of the savoury custard. Touch of salt, touch of pepper. I'm gonna grate some Gruyere cheese. That makes a really nice sort of creamy, less of an eggy quiche. Take my amazing, crispy pancetta and leeks in. Give that a good mix. Needs one more little thing, some freshness. Flat leaf parsley. Incredible. Really important, just to taste the mixture.
With the quiche filling ready, next, finish off the pastry. Remove the foil and weights and return to the oven to get it lovely and golden all over.
Now, when we fill them, give that a really good mix up. Beautiful.
Grate over some more cheese, which will bubble up and melt beautifully.
And then into the oven.
Bake your quiche for 15 to 20 minutes.
Incredible. It's got that nice sort of cheese on toast smell from the top. It's sort of baked. But the secret of any good quiche is in the short crust, because that's the hero.
There are lots of different types of pastry. So, to help you put you on the road to pastry perfection,
Here are 3 of my simple pastry recipes that you can easily cook at home. First up, my indulgent chocolate tarts.
first, combine softened butter and sugar and cream until soft. Break in an egg and mix well. Next, fold in the flour. Pour the mixture onto a floured surface and simply knead it lightly till it's well combined. Then shape into a disc and chill. Then simply roll out your pastry until it's about 1/4 centimetre thick. Cut into small discs, then gently press into lightly greased, loose-bottom mini tart tins. And prick the bottom to prevent the pastry from bubbling. Rest in the fridge. This ensures that when the pastry bakes, it will turn out nice and soft. Then bake it till golden. As they cool, make the gorgeous, silky chocolate filling. Place a mixing bowl over a pan of gently boiling water. This is known as a bain-marie. Then add double cream, butter, and plain chocolate. Then stir until it melts and it is glossy and smooth. Then pour it into the crisp and golden pastry cases. And simply tap to level and chill until set. So easy, so indulgent, and so delicious. Eat them with creme fraiche, ice cream, or simply by themselves. Perfect. My next dish is an irresistible take on a Latin American classic, beef empanadas. First, finely chop onion and garlic. Sweat in a pan of hot olive oil until tender. Add paprika, cinnamon, and cumin. And stir. Cooking the spices off intensifies the flavour. Add beef mince to the pan, brown, and season. Add chili flakes for a fiery kick. Next, dried oregano. Chopped green olives, and chopped boiled eggs. Once it's mixed through, set aside to cool. For the empanada cases, roll out puff pastry. This stuff's so time-consuming to make at home, so do what I do, cheat and use shop-bought. Cut into discs. Spoon the mixture into one half of the disc, leaving roughly a centimetre border around the edge. Brush the edge of one half of the disc with egg and fold it over. Crimp the edges with your fingers to seal and remove air pockets. Then simply cook in a medium oven until golden brown. Super easy, super quick, and super tasty. Serve with chimichurri, a spicy South American herb salsa. This is what Cornish pasties dream of being when they grow up. My next dish uses super fine filo pastry and is a variation on a Moroccan classic, easy chicken pastilla. First, chop onions, ginger, then fry them in hot olive oil. Add cinnamon, and to give the mix a subtle sweet note, a pinch of sugar. Then season. Chop cooked chicken thighs and add to the mix. Pour in chicken stock and then simmer. Stir in whole lightly beaten eggs, which thicken the sauce, and cook. Add in sliced almonds, then set aside to cool. Now build your pastilla. Filo is another pastry that's tricky to make at home, but you can buy fantastic filo, so cheat. Brush each sheet with melted butter and lay 4 sheets into a greased baking tin. Spoon in half of the fantastic aromatic chicken filling. Add 4 more buttered sheets of filo pastry and simply pile in the rest of the delicious chicken. Finally, cover with a couple of sheets of filo and fold over all the draped sides. Brush with more butter, then bake in a hot oven for 10 to 15 minutes until the top is crispy and golden brown. You want all the filo paste wonderfully crunchy and golden. So turn over and return for another 10 minutes. When done, remove. And for a different but delicious sweet finishing touch, dust lightly with icing sugar and cinnamon. Intensely aromatic, sweet and savoury, crispy and succulent, an extraordinary pie that has to be tasted to be believed. 3 types of pastry, 3 mouth-watering fillings, 3 more recipes you can stake your life on.
And so simple to do. Beautiful.
For easy, accurate baking, you need the right kit.
You don't need to spend a fortune on masses of kitchen equipment.
Here's my quick guide to 2 essentials you need for baking.
Scales and a sieve. Baking is so popular now. These scales are absolutely essential, especially when you have to follow the recipe to the exact gram. These digital scales are so easy to follow.
They can convert from pounds and ounces to kilos and grams.
And more importantly, so much easier to use than your mum's old weights. Absolutely perfect. A sieve.
Make sure you get one with a long handle and balancing hooks so you can rest it over your mixing bowl or a pan.
Easy thing to have in the drawer, costs nothing, but it's so effective, especially with baking.
With these 2 pieces of kit, you'll definitely be on the right road to baking like a pro. Coming up on my guide to better baking, more great kitchen tips.
Now the secret now is don't overwork the pastry.
My shopping guide to milk and cream.
It's the base ingredient in so many things and totally take for granted.
And a classic cheesecake, guaranteed to never let you down.
A cheesecake a day, keep the bingo wings away.
Welcome back to my ultimate cookery course. Next, on my guide to better baking, I'll be teaching you how to make a stylishly simple and sumptuous cheesecake.
Beautiful.
But first, be it baking or any type of cooking, it always pays off to use the best ingredients you can find. And you're never too old to learn from the experts.
Next, my shopping guide to getting the best milk and cream.
When it comes to knowing what makes great quality milk, dairy farmer Charlie Ray is your man. He's been producing milk from his herd of hand-reared specialist breed Jersey cattle for over 30 years.
Yeah, they're part of the family almost.
So, he's up to his wellies in the stuff.
Jersey milk is very high butter fat, which therefore means it is very creamy. It's very creamy to drink. and it's the best quality milk that you'd get anywhere. Jersey cows, they're very docile, very friendly, very easy to manage, and this is my favourite. She's about 17 years old. She's called Misty. If you think of the large Arctic milk tankers you see going up and down the motorways, she's filled 1.5 of those on her own. I reckon these are happy cows. They've got a dry roof over their heads, they've got a dry bed, and they've got as much food as they want. The happier they are and the better kept they are, the better the quality of the milk that comes out the other end. This is what's called an abreast milking parlour. Go on, down the other way. And it suits us in as much as we've got contact with the cows. We can treat each cow individually. The milk goes up through a meter into that line, through a big filter and into the tank. Well, there you are. Without this product, you wouldn't have chocolate, cheese, yogurts. It's the base ingredient in so many things that you buy and totally take for granted.
And where there's milk, there's also glorious cream, essential for brilliant baking and lots of savoury dishes too. Single cream is around 18% fat, so it's a lighter option for topping desserts or stirring into savoury sauces, whereas double cream at nearly 50% fat is lovely and rich in panna cottas or in a carbonara sauce, as well as being able to withstand boiling, whipping and freezing. Soured cream, soured with a similar culture to that used in yoghurt, is a really tasty topping for chilies or baked potatoes. Clotted cream, rich, thick and a delicious indulgence, served with puddings and scones or in ice cream to make it extra rich. And mascarpone, actually a creamy, soft Italian cheese, famously used in Italian dessert, tiramisu. It's also fantastic in cheesecakes.
It is font of all life.
In great baking, as with all cooking, sometimes less is more. The easiest dishes look and taste spectacular when they're done well. And it doesn't come any simpler or more stylish than my next dish. Wonderful baked cheesecake.
For me, food always has to be impressive. But when it comes to desserts, often you see spun sugar or wild decorations. Remember, simple is always the most impressive. This cheesecake is so straightforward, yet so delicious. Now, cream cheese, leave it out of the fridge for 5 or 10 minutes. Go nice and soft. Trust me, your arms will be thanking you. Sugar in. This cheesecake is New York cheesecake because it's baked. So there's no base. Start creaming the cheese and the sugar. Spending the amount of time I do in the States, if there's one thing they know how to do out there, is the most amazing, impressive cheesecake. Rich, delicious, but so simple. Work the bowl. Lift the bowl to your advantage. Really whisk. Whisk, whisk, whisk. Lovely. Nice and creamy. Now, get your eggs.
Add the eggs to the mixture bit by bit. Doing it this way, it's more efficient.
A, you're incorporating a lot of air. B, the mixture doesn't separate. The last of your egg. Lovely. Of course, you can use an electric mixer, but why go to the gym when you can just make a cheesecake a day? A cheesecake a day. Keep the bingo wings away. Now, a couple of tablespoons of flour. Give it a whisk. Stops it from going lumpy. Now, I want to scent that cheesecake. I've got the freshness, the zest of the lemon in there. I want to sort of tart it up even more. Fold in some fresh raspberries. Sort of just mix them through. Be careful not to crush them.
Then grease a cake tin with butter. This will ensure your cheesecake slides out beautifully.
Get your mix. Let that fall in. Now take your cake tin and just tap it. The mixture hits the bottom of the cake tin. The raspberries rise and you've got raspberries at the top, the middle and the bottom. And it also stops all those little pockets of air trapping underneath the mixture in the cake tin. so there's no holes in the cheesecake. Now, into the oven, 180 degrees for 35 to 40 minutes. Slightly souffled up. Pull off. That's the colour I wanted on top. And look at it. It's one of the simplest, yet the most stylish cheesecakes anywhere. Beautiful. Next, my tricks of the trade and kitchen tips.
Kicking off with how to handle pastry.
Lightly flour the surface, pastry on top, rolling pin. Now the secret now is don't overwork the pastry. Firm push, turn the pastry round, and this helps to even the pastry. Turn and roll. Now, as it starts to crack, don't worry. Just by pushing it back together, it sort of unites the pastry immediately. Apply pressure, turn the pastry. Now, the average thickness is down to a £1 coin. Back on to the rolling pin, and look, beautiful.
For the neatest edge on tarts and quiches, my tip is to let the pastry hang over the side of the tin when you bake it. Trim around the edge once the pastry is cooked. It will give you a cleaner edge and prevent it from shrinking. My tip for even rising is to place cakes and tarts in the centre of the oven so the air can circulate all the way round them. To test your cake, to make sure it's done, insert a knife, skewer, or even a piece of spaghetti in the centre. If there's mixture stuck to it, it's not done yet. If it comes out clean, your cake's ready. If you don't have any baking beans to hand for blind baking, you can use any rice, grain or pulse. You won't be able to cook with them afterwards, but do keep them to reuse them next time. When you're folding egg whites or whipped cream into cake mixtures, you want to retain as much air in the mixture as you can. My tip, use a metal spoon, as the sharp, thin edge will keep more of the air in. Follow my ultimate cookery course, crammed with key lessons. Top tips, and 100 recipes to stake your life on, and you'll literally be cooking yourself into a better chef. To collect selected recipes from the show, go to my scrapbook at channel4.com/Gordon. Go on, get cooking. Next time, my guide to ultimate slow cooking.
Glaze them individually. They deserve that respect.
Loads of brilliant cooking tips.
It's like a perfect sponge. Lay that on top, it just absorbs all that fat.
And more exquisite recipes to stake your life on.
That is an amazing way of slow roasting fruit and taking figs to a completely new level.
So Gordon's the manager, Katie Piper's the beautician, and if you believe what the posters say, Gok Wan's the staff member awkwardly holding a baby while looking at the camera. The grand opening of Channel 4's Hotel GB next Monday at 9.